So how you can create digital planner with ChatGPT and then sell it. That's exactly what I'm going to show you. But before I do, I want to welcome you to Big Income Paradise, where we make digital marketing simple with AI and fun and oh so profitable. So let's just jump right in. Okay, so here is the ChatGPT. I did use ChatGPT 4, but this could work with ChatGPT 4.0 or 3.5. However, ChatGPT 4.0 is obviously better than the 3.5. So even if you're not paying for ChatGPT, you can still choose ChatGPT 4.0. So let's just jump right in and check out the first prompt. And by the way, you can get all of the prompts down below. Just join my free AI library where you're going to get all of the videos, step by step, everything and the prompts. And inside, you're not just going to get this prompts, but you're also going to get other prompts and guides and so much more. Okay, so first I told ChatGPT that it should act as a digital product strategist who specializes in coming up with digital product name ideas, and that it should give me 15 product names for my product. I explained what my product is all about. So I decided, I'm going to make a 6-week weight loss planner that helps first-time moms lose baby weight, right? Even though that's not my niche, so I just made something up. And you can use this prompt for any planner, okay? In any niche, you're just gonna input your own information. So before it started giving me content or planner name ideas, I asked it, or I told it to ask me 10 clarifying questions so that it gets more information about me, what this planner is all about my audience, and so on. So it asked me 10 questions. Okay, you could say, ask me 7 clarifying questions. 7 to 10 is gonna be the best. You could go up to 15, but don't go overboard, and don't go below 7 because it's not gonna, I don't think it's gonna be enough. So it asked me 10 questions and I replied to each question. And don't be like here, for example, it asked me about target audience, right? So it knows they are first-time moms because I told it here, right? But it doesn't know exactly like how old they are, blah, 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 and don't be like, oh, they're between 25 to 35, right? That's not going to be enough. Really spend some time and go in depth into who your target audience is and explain that. So then the second question, I replied, the third one, and so on. Question number 8 was brand alignment. So let's say, because that's not my brand, that's not what I'm doing. I don't teach about weight loss. So I just said no to that question. So it was like, how should this product align with your existing brand? Are there certain words or themes you consistently use? So I don't, right? Because that's not my niche. So I just said no. But if it asks you questions about your niche, your, tone of voice and stuff like that, be very specific. Because the more vague your responses are, the worse the responses from ChatGPT will be, or any other AI tool that you use, because this prompts can work on Claude, can work on other AI tools. So it gave me 15 names and I loved number 6 the best, right? So I told it I love number 6 and I entered exactly this name. Excuse me, I have my fan on and whew, I'm dying here. It's not nice, but it's better than if you see me sweat, right? Anyway, so I told it, I love number 7. I put the name in just in case, because sometimes ChatGPT is playing games and it doesn't know exactly what I mean by I love number 6. Like yesterday, it was just, let's just say it ChatGPT had a really bad day yesterday. So then I said, now please create a tagline to go with it, because the name 15-minute mommy makeover doesn't specifically say it's for first-time moms, right? So I said, we are going to create a tagline. So there's going to be this name, and tagline is going to go below the name of our product. So it explains for who it is and so on. So I said it should explain who this product is for and what benefit they'll get, right? So it came up with this simple tagline that explains the benefits and who it is for. So transform your post-baby body, right? Quick, effective workouts for busy new moms. So it explains, right? Exactly. So I said, now create a comprehensive outline, and I explained for which product, even though it knows, but I keep repeating with ChatGPT just in case it forgets, because sometimes, as I said, all the AI tools have bad days sometimes. So I told it should remember what I want to include. So if you're not sure what you want to include in your planner, you can just skip this part, or not include this part. Just tell it to create a comprehensive outline for XYZ planner, right? Your planner. And it's going to create a good plan or a good outline. But if you know exactly what your planner has to include, just tell it. And remember, I want you to include this, this, and this, right? So then it went to work and it created the outline. And I really liked it. So I was like, okay, I love the outline. Now you're going to cover each day. So because it's daily planner, right? Day 1, then from day 2 to day 7, this is just an outline. So now we're going to go into each day and plan it out. So I said, okay, let's start with day 1. I want you to write all the details for this day, what my audience has to do. You are not doing, and I did this, as you can see before, I only wrote this, but then it started doing an outline again. So let me just go back up. Where is it? No, it's a long conversation. So here it is. So this is the second option that I wrote, because I saw what it was doing. It was doing an outline, but we're actually creating the whole day. We're finishing it up, right? Day 1, it has to be written so we can put it into our planner. So I add this to it. So you're going to get this specific version of the prompt. So I also said you are not doing the outline anymore. You are starting to create this product. So write the content for this part of the planner. So the part of the planner is day 1, right? And it went to work. So it started welcome message and it wrote it. Before it was just like input the welcome message, and your welcome message should cover this, this, and this. That's an outline. We want to finish the product or the day 1, right? So it went to work and it filled out that part. Then program overview, and it gave us program overview and so on. So go through everything, okay, and see what it wrote. If you don't like a part of it, just tell it, I don't like this part. I want you to do this, this, and this. Again, if you're going to be vague and you're going to say, I don't like the motivational quote, and you're going to hit enter, it's going to write a new motivational quote, but you might not like it. Be specific. I don't like this motivational quote. I want you to use a motivational quote that will blah, 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 right? Be more specific. So let's say we love day 1 and it's done. Now you're going to use this prompt where you're going to continue with day 2. So yeah, if you're doing a 365-day planner, you're going to need some time to create it. But I would suggest that you really put a lot of effort into each product that you create, Because first of all, if it's better, you can price it more, okay? If you price it more, you can make more money, right? But it's not only that. It's going to be easier for you to sell to those people who already bought from you, to sell other products. Because if you create one great product, they are gonna, and they get it, right? They're gonna think, oh, if this product is so good, I should get also that product because it's probably also good. So take your time, really go day by day when you're creating this planner. So I said, I want you to write all the details for this day, what my audience has to do. You are not doing the outline anymore, blah, 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 right? So it didn't do the outline. It actually went and did the whole content part. So it did the introduction, the today's workout, so objective, equipment needed, no equipment necessary, just the mat and your motivation. I like this part. And then it went into workout structure. But I was like, okay, warm up is 3 minutes. Then main workout is just 10 minutes. That's not going to be enough. These women want to lose weight. With 10-minute workouts per day, I mean, and warm up and cool down being 5 minutes together, they're not gonna, have the best results. I'm not saying they're not gonna lose weight, but so I went and checked out, what it wrote. And I said, I've changed my mind. So this is for you to see how to communicate with AI tools. So I said, I've changed my mind. I want the workouts to be 30 minutes so they'll actually lose weight. Because with 10-minute workouts, okay, it's true that it's necessary to eat healthy. That's the most essential part, right? But I was like, these women want to lose weight and they have more than 15 minutes per day. They might do, 15 minutes in the morning and 15 minutes in the afternoon or whatever. So I wanted these workouts to be 30 minutes. So I also changed the name of the product to 30-minute mommy makeover. So it went back and it created a 30-minute full body workout, right? But do you see, it's like squats, 1 minute, push up, it doesn't have any content to it. It's just like, oh, do this, do that, do this, do that. I was like, I'm not happy with that either. So I went through the whole thing. I also checked out the meal plan. As you can see, breakfast, lunch, dinner, snack options. It's, don't do stuff like this. If you want to price your products higher, you're going to have to put a lot more effort into it, create really amazing products, okay? So I told it, I want you to write 25 minutes of the main workout, right? Because before it did 20-minute and 5-minute warm up and 5-minute cool down. But I wanted to do 25-minute main workout, 3-minute warm up and 2-minute cool down, right? And then I also said, write more text for each workout. So explain what they need to do, how they need to do it, for how long, etc. And then for meal plan, actually write the recipes with prep time, cook time, ingredients, all the serving sizes, nutrition per serving, and directions, right? Do you see how I explain? Like straightforward, I tell it exactly what I need it to create. So when you're talking with ChatGPT, just imagine you're talking with a human being. If someone else is creating your product, let's say this planner, how would you explain, I don't like this part? Would you just tell it, I don't like this part? No, because that person would be, but what don't you like? How should I change it, right? So be specific. So it went back and it did the 3-minute warm up and it explained exactly what you need to do. Then 25-minute main workout, as you can see, squats, 5 minutes. Okay, that's maybe a little bit too much, but maybe you want to do something different. But you see here it said squats 1 minute. But here it actually explains squats, okay, 5 minutes, maybe we would tell it create more different workouts, not squats for 5 minutes and blah blah blah, but it did explain exactly how they need to stand, that your knees have to be behind your toes, because that's a lot of people do squats wrong, right? So you see, it explained everything. Okay, that's how you need to communicate with ChatGPT or other AI tools. Just tell it what it has to change, how it has to change it, and so on. Be specific. And also, okay, I forgot to show you, meal plan, right? It has breakfast, prep time 5 minutes, all the ingredients, directions, because it's a smoothie, blend all the ingredients together, right? And it tells you the serving, the nutrition per serving, and so on. Now, if you're doing something for weight loss, let me just be clear, or anything to do with, like recipes. I've heard, because I'm not using ChatGPT for this, this is the first time I'm actually using it to create, stuff like this. So recipes. But I've heard from people who are bloggers and doing recipes and so on, they said that ChatGPT sometimes creates such horrible recipes that you should be careful. That's first thing. If you are in weight loss niche, you also have to be careful. Like, how many calories per day should your audience eat? That's gonna vary, right? However, if you are creating for women, it's obviously going to be a little bit less, or a lot less than someone who's a man would eat, right? So be careful what you're doing there. And tell ChatGPT, like in this case, I told it, I want you to write 5 meal plans, because it was just writing, 3 meals per day. So I said breakfast, lunch, dinner, and 2 healthy snacks in between. And then I said aim for 1,550 calories per day meal plan. And it did exactly that. So this meal plan, it says it's around 1,550. So breakfast has 280 calories, and there's, all the ingredients, prep, and so on. Then Greek yogurt and berries, 150, probably around there, yeah. Lunch, and so on, okay? Now, if you're in the weight loss niche and you're doing like specific meal plans, and you're like, but what should I include a meal plan for people who eat vegetables and meat, and also for vegetarians and vegans? I would do separate products for that. So one specific for vegans, one specific for vegetarians, and one planner specific for people who eat vegetables and meat. Okay, because if you put too much then in one place, it's not gonna be good. Okay, so when it did all of that, you're gonna keep going back and tell it, now we're gonna do day number 3. And this is what I want you to do, and blah, blah, blah. And you're going to give it feedback. I don't like this part, please do this, right? Or if you love it, just go, now we're going to do day 4, and so on. And when you're done with your planner, when you're going to create it in Canva, I want you to see, because not a lot of people talk about, how to sell it. So I also created this prompt. So I told ChatGPT, act as a digital marketing consultant and a sales coach with over 20 years of experience, blah, blah, blah. So please tell me the top 3 platforms I should use and sell my, weight loss planner, blah, blah, blah. Top 3 platforms best to get traffic, targeted traffic, right? Top 5 techniques I should use to sell my planner, and so on and so on. And again, I said important, before you do that, please ask me 10 clarifying questions. Now, it asked me a lot of questions. Be honest with it. I made one mistake. I'm not in this niche, first of all, and I said, okay, Pinterest is the best for me, right? And I was thinking about my business. Pinterest is driving me a lot of traffic, okay? But here I said, I just started my business, so I don't have conversion metrics. So how can Pinterest be the best platform for me if I just started the business? I see that, let's just regenerate and wait for it to regenerate what I told it to create. So basically I gave it all the information it asked me here. I explained. So in this case, I made a mistake. I would have to say like none of the platforms are working the best for me because I just started the business, so I don't have any results. But I was thinking about my own business, and I said Pinterest being the best, out of all the platforms. So it told me I should sell on these platforms, PayHip, which I actually use. This is a site where you can basically sell your products. You can create your own store. So it did that because I told it I use this, right? It's going to be different for you, whatever you're going to tell it. If you just started your business and you're not having any profiles on any social media, you are not having specific websites that you use, maybe you want to start with Etsy, but you didn't, right? Just tell it, look, I just started, I am not using anything, but you should tell me what platforms are the best for me to sell on. So in this case, it said PayHip because I told it I'm using that, Pinterest and Facebook, right? Then 3 platforms to drive targeted traffic, obviously Pinterest, Instagram, and Facebook groups. Okay, great. Then 5 sales techniques. Social proof, obviously testimonials do well. Value-driven content, duh, right? That's obvious. Engagement strategies. So, you could then go and ask it, hey, what kind of engagement strategies can you expand on that, right? Just talk with it like that. So then seasonal promotions, email marketing, definitely. If you didn't start with email marketing, you should, okay? So content creation to attract and convert, blog posts. I would suggest you start blogging because you need one platform, or a YouTube or a blog where you can share more value, or at least start with email and write longer emails where you can share more value. Because on social media, I think a lot of people are like, attention span is short. They don't want to read long posts and stuff like that. So how are you supposed to teach your audience something if you use social media and you create really short posts and stuff like that? They're not going to get enough value. So start with YouTube or blogging, so you can, or emails, longer emails where you can share more value. So video content, if you're someone who's like, but I don't want to do videos, right? Then I suggest you start with the blogging part, right? And use Pinterest. Let me tell you, if you're struggling on Instagram, use Pinterest. I love Pinterest so much, like it's driving me a lot of traffic. Over the summer months, it usually drops to like 10,000-11,000 people visiting my blog every single month, but then it can go up to 15,000. Now I'm gonna start testing something else, and I'm gonna see how it's gonna go, but I'm sure it's gonna go pretty well. So yeah, Pinterest, email, blogging, that's perfect. So then infographics and checklists. I would suggest if you do checklists or something like that, you could offer those checklists in exchange for their emails, right? So you grow your email list. Success stories and so on, like interactive content like pools, quizzes, and so on. So if you want something, if you want ChatGPT to expand on something, just tell it, look, I want you to tell me, let's say, more about the engagement strategies. What should I do? Expand on that and really go into details and so on. So yeah, that's how you can create your digital planner really quite fast. I mean, but it's not going to be, I'm not going to be one of those YouTubers who's going to tell you create it in 24 hours. If you're doing a 365 day long planner, it's gonna take you a while, okay? But it's not gonna take you as long as if you would do all of this by yourself, right? So again, all of the prompts are in my free AI library, so you can get that down below. And I think that's it. If you have any questions, leave them in the comment section, and don't forget to subscribe, because I'm gonna create even more this kind of videos and more than that, right? Because we're gonna not just cover how to create digital products, but also how to sell them and so on. So subscribe, get my free AI library down below, and see you in the next video.